Do you know what it is? I remember how intentional I was. Do you understand what I mean? I remember how intentional I was when I was like, had a committed relationship with God, if that makes. I remember that I didn't.
Was it relationship, or was it just, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that? Or was it all the rules?
A bit of everything. But that's what I think Christianity is. I don't think I think how we've made Christianity, we've made it this thing of like, as long God knows that I'm trying. It's not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be very difficult. The way you live your life as a Christian should not have any, like, people should be able to see that you are walking with God by the way you carry yourself, right? Yeah. The places you go, what you do, etc. Blah, 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 blah. And I think we've diluted Christianity so much that we've made it this like, oh, fun, it's okay. Like, as long as God knows your heart. And I used this analogy the other day, but it's like, how many times can you sin before God's like, chill the fuck out now? Yeah. And I think
that's why relationship is so important, because the more you focus on him, it's just your job to be obedient when he tells you to do something. Right. But only you know that. Only you can. Nobody can tell me my relationship with God. Nobody can be like, you. I'm like, well, okay. Like, he's convicted me of stopping to drink. I've never been convicted of being sober, right? Until last year. So I was sober, but before then, I was never convicted of it. I'm not saying it was right, but my relationship status with God never even made me think about sobriety until he clearly told me. It was like a knowing, be sober. I could have chose to just keep ignoring that conviction. I think that's where the sin gets, like, you just keep ignoring. Like, soon God is clearly telling me not to do this. Like, convicted. I'm just ignoring. That's like the heart posture part of it. If I have a drink tonight and I'm like, oh my God, like, God, that's more like falling back and getting on your rocker, but ignoring conviction over and over and over and over and over, just ignoring it. Yes. I think that's like the more
disrespectful thing.
Yes. Okay, because there's no way for you to reach perfection. There's no way. Yes. It's not possible. You're going to fall short.
So do you think God forgives all the time? Or do you think God has a cutoff point?
All the time.
You don't think he has a cutoff point?
No.
See, I think God has a cutoff point.
No.
But there's like clear indications in the Bible where God had cutoff points. He was flipping tables sometimes and stuff like that.
He was mad.
That's what I'm saying.
But he didn't just say, if you repent, he forgives you. But that goes back to the heart posture. I can't be like, man, God, okay.
Oh, you're saying he needs to know that your heart.
And only he knows that.
Right, says.
That's why I can't judge anybody else's walk. While she's still doing I don't know her heart. We see the flesh. Only God knows the heart. Yeah. So he knows your heart.
So how have you found that? Like, not drinking and all of that, and because you're celibate as well, right?
I'm abstinent. They corrected me. They're like, you're not celibate, you're abstinent. But even me, I haven't made a promise to God that I'm not having sex before marriage. So I'm not gonna.
Why do you think that's bad?
I mean, I think it's biblical. I think it's a protection. I've had a lot of sex before marriage, and I'm still sitting on this couch single with a lot of men out there that have had their private parts inside of my vagina for no damn reason. I think it's actually a protection to protect people. It's yes.
Oh, okay. I get what you mean.
I think it's actually smart.
Oh, right. So God is like, I'm going to say,
there's not one thing that God has told me that hasn't, in the long run, been a protection.
Right, I get you. And that's a good way to look at it as well.
It's like your parents, when you look back, you're like, they told me this, they told me that. And now you look back, you're like, they were right. Like, everything that you said, that's not your friend. Don't go over there. You can't go to that man's house. All the men over there. It's like, well, they're having sleepovers. I don't know their parents. Like, it's a protection. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's just to control. I think it's to protect.
I saw your most recent video and you was talking about how you was not going to be in people's beds after a certain time because
I almost broke myself.
Because you was
like, and that's what I'm saying. I think like what you were just saying. You're like, I'm not ready to give that up. I actually am trying to be abstinent intentionally, but I am not ready to make that promise to God to say I am not having sex before marriage, because I know that is possible still.
Right, okay.
So you get what I'm saying? I haven't made that promise yet. Like, I haven't been like, I'm not having sex before marriage. I'm a Christian. No. Girl, when that booty get to rubbing, I don't know. Yeah.
That booty get to rubbing.
The flesh is weak.
Yeah. The flesh is
I'll
weak.
rest my case.
Man, I'm just saying, man. These heifers, though, they want them benefits.
They want that good man. Don't do anything wrong. Be there for me. But just like that heifer said, she can't give that dick up. She can't. She's not ready to stop sucking and fucking. It is what it is. That's what you want to do. But stop telling you want this man to be a godly man. That ain't what you want. That's not what you want. You just talking. Like somebody said, she just don't know the words. How she really, what type of man she really want. She just don't know the words. So her go-to word is a godly man. No, just say what you want. Just say what you want. Don't say godly man, because that's not a godly man's path. His path may not be continue to suck and fuck. He may be, like you said, ready to practice abstinence and stop altogether until he finds that right woman. That may be his path. But you still want to top him off. And
I would love to ask B Simone and take the femininity side of this out of it, y'all fellas. I know this is where y'all about to go. If a man had her moral compass and her moral code as she is right now, would she date and marry him? I would love to know the answer to that question.
I don't think she probably even know the answer to that question. You know what I mean? Because it's impulsive. There's been no strong commitments. A lot of us, we don't have any strong commitments to anything internally. It's like where the wind blows, so we can say stuff, but when you still wake up in the morning and you go to the bathroom to brush your teeth and you're looking in the mirror, that's where everything that's really going on or that you're really about, that's you see that in yourself. Like, I ain't shit. I don't know why. We playing a role, man. We putting on a good show, polishing it up. Or he got it together. He eating well. Oh, he work out every day. All of these are different variations of things that we do to cover up the fact, like, we don't know shit. We don't know what we doing out here.
Scripture tells us that a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, and that goes for women as well. So I think that I think that them having the conversation is good, but at the same time, I think that it's it's kind of unraveling their stability in life.
But would I take that conversation over some other conversations that I've seen?
Oh yeah, no, this is this is level 2, 3 compared to what's going on the internet.
That's what exactly. So because this is more closer to an honest conversation. You know what I mean? And it's appreciated. There are some people in that trajectory or on that highway that need to hear this. They're not the only ones experiencing this. I mean, all of us have. That's why they say life is balance, yo.
It's all about balance.
I think God is gonna come down and be like, God, what is this all about? Balance. Because it's so hard to achieve. It's so hard to keep balance. Once you great in one thing, something else is gonna suffer. Basketball plays. Yo, LeBron, you the greatest ever. He not home. His kids is being raised by the mother. Blah blah blah. You got to reintroduce. Whenever you retire, you got to reintroduce yourself to your kids. Hi, I'm Dad, the greatest basketball player ever, or top 3, whatever.
Yeah,
it's about balance. There's a sacrifice somewhere. So I think balance, man.
The universe, the planet, everything that we know of it teaches us that we understand that everything is of polarity. Even in the beginning, when God made man and made woman for man, he said because man shouldn't be alone, there had to be a balance of this creation that he made, and we see that throughout everything. And that's one thing that I learned personally on my journey. I wouldn't consider myself to be extremely religious. I grew up in religion. I looked into other religions, and that built a stronger foundation for me spiritually to truly understand, to have a better understanding to my own of what life is all about. And what that all came down to in every single religion, in every thought process, everything that we see is that balance is everything.